Did you know that getting injured in a mosh pit could actually be a legal case? Most people think of mosh pits as part of the experience and enjoy a wild, chaotic release of energy at a concert. But when things go too far and people get seriously hurt, the question of responsibility comes into play. Who is actually liable when a mosh pit leads to injury or even death? The answer may surprise you. Mosh pits have been a staple of punk, metal, and alternative concerts for decades. They're high energy and aggressive. Pushing, shoving, slamming into others, it's all part of the culture. But what happens when the chaos turns dangerous? What happens when a fan is seriously injured, trampled, or worse? Injuries in mosh pits aren't just common, they're significantly higher than at concerts without them. From concussions and broken bones to spinal injuries and internal trauma, the risks are very real, and in some tragic cases, people have even lost their lives. People may trip and fall in circle pits, which can lead to them getting trampled. The infamous wall of death, where two sides clash into each other, can lead to concussions and other injuries. Hardcore dancing can result in someone's fist hitting someone's face. While the nature of mosh pits might suggest that everyone involved is assuming some level of risk, that doesn't mean no one is responsible when things get out of control. In Texas, there are multiple parties that could potentially be held liable for injuries that occur during a concert. Event organizers have a duty to ensure the safety of attendees. If they fail to implement proper security, crowd control, or emergency measures, they could be responsible for the injuries that result. Venue owners are also required to provide a safe environment for guests. If a venue is overcrowded, lacks proper exits, or has unsafe conditions that lead to injuries, they may be held legally accountable. Security companies hired for the event have a job to control the crowd and de-escalate situations before they become dangerous. If they neglect their duties, they could also be considered liable. Even performers can play a role. If a band or artist encourages overly aggressive behavior, incites violence, or refuses to stop a dangerous situation, they might share in the responsibility for any harm that occurs. And in some cases, other concert goers could be held accountable if their reckless actions directly cause someone's injury. Determining liability in a mosh pit injury case comes down to proving negligence. That means showing that someone had a responsibility to ensure safety, failed to uphold that duty, and that their failure directly resulted in harm. If you've been injured in a mosh pit, documenting the incident is crucial. Taking photos or videos, identifying witnesses, and reporting the injury to venue staff can all help strengthen a potential legal claim. Compensation for mosh pit injuries can cover a wide range of damages, including medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, and even long-term rehabilitation. In some cases, if negligence was extreme, punitive damages may also come into play to hold the responsible parties fully accountable. Mosh pits might be a long-standing part of concert culture, but that doesn't mean injuries should be ignored or accepted as just part of the experience. If you or someone you love has been seriously hurt due to a lack of security, poor crowd management, or unsafe conditions, you have legal options. The attorneys at Varghese Summersett understand these cases and can help you navigate your rights. If you need guidance, visit versustexas.com or call at 817-203-2220, and we will walk you through the process.